But for now, it is time for us to get into our man cave discussion. And I have two gentlemen with me here. One of them is a very familiar face to many of you, and the other as well, as far as your screens and with music. Karibu sana to Boss Emoji.
Thank you so
and
much.
Benjamin Zulu. Good to have you both here.
Yes,
And boy, oh boy, do we have a discussion lined up for for today.
Yes.
We want to talk about submission. We were talking about this earlier this week, and it elicited all sorts of reactions, especially from the ladies, but even gentlemen. Unajua wale wa, wanawake wanafaa wa submit. Hey, boss.
They're supposed to. It's not a discussion.
It's not a discussion. Wow, okay. We're doing that. All right. But we want to have the man's perspective as well now on this, okay? And so, number one, boss, you're already saying they're supposed to. Tell me what's your understanding of submission, first of all, and why they're supposed to.
Sitaki kurukia hii story because I understand every kila mtu ako na opinion yake, but for me, everything that happens under the sun, most of it I derive as a gospel artist. I have to speak from the Bible perspective, and the Bible is inasema two things. One is a woman is supposed to submit to the husband. We were commanded to love our wives. Yeah,
as Christ loved the church.
Yes. So you see, there is a reason why men we were not told to submit. There is a reason why women were told to submit and not to love.
Okay.
One thing is that women don't struggle to love men. Women they don't hustle. I can meet a woman today. It has happened. I meet a lady in a bus from Nakuru to Nairobi, and boom, she's in love with me.
Ish.
They don't struggle to love. Okay. I have been loved several times within 1 hour. Mtu ako into you like I feel like I've known you for a whole year.
Wait,
no.
What is this magic potion that you have then? 1 hour, someone is in love with you.
It's a Luo thing.
Hey,
anyway, I can't say. So, men, on the other hand, we struggle to love because at times we look at what are we loving. As we are more visual. We look at what am I loving, and women, they have problem with submitting. That's why they were told to submit. That's why until today women are fighting that thing. Like, why am I submitting? They feel like it's a slavery thing, and it's not. I can survive with a woman not telling me I love you.
Okay.
Provided I see the submission.
So what does the submission look like?
Submission is a form of respect and giving yourself unto someone. When we give ourselves to God, there are certain things we do to God. We kneel down, we give him praise. Men, we love that. We love that. Women, but the act of submitting is where you give yourself to a man in terms of, let me be reflection of you. Whenever people see us, especially when we hold a woman's hand, there is so much pride in that. Other women wish they were the lady. But you see, I can't just hold any woman's hand. There is this woman who makes me hold her hand even without her asking me to. Respect is everything. Respect.
Okay.
Yeah, act of submission, most of it, respect is not the actual word, but respect is also the biggest part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's park that.
Maybe
it's your opinion. And Benjamin, as you jump into this conversation, I want to reflect on two things that he said. One is that, men are, the Bible is specific that it is women who are supposed to submit. And I wanted to challenge that because the verse just before this one,
thank you. I wanted to
21
Ephesians
says,
5,
submit to one another.
Yeah.
Touch on that, please.
It's not one gender that is supposed to submit, while the other one is subdued. Okay. Ephesians 5:22 says, women submit, men love as Christ did. But 21, as you've said, begins saying, submit one to another. Because there's a point in which for us to work together, we must, submission for me is like, subjecting yourself under another authority, accepting, acknowledging. For me, God was arranging leadership in family.
Awesome.
Let the man lead, let the woman follow.
Awesome.
You be the leader I support. But let's differentiate this. Submission becomes very distasteful when it is confused with being subdued.
That's right.
When you are submitted, you're not subdued.
I think that's what women struggle with.
To be subdued is to be made a slave. This guy is your slave master. He dictates everything. You switch yourself, you make yourself smaller. It's like no, that's not the idea. You flourish in your colors, but acknowledge his authority. Let him lead where he's supposed to lead. In other areas where you are more competent, he submits himself to your leadership. For example, the governing of the house. I've always said that many times it's the man who builds the house, but the woman makes the home.
Yes.
She creates the warmth, the atmosphere. And the man can't just bring guests, decide just anyhow. Just, what do you think? I want to. No, please don't bring people today. I don't feel like, meet in the hotels out there. But in terms of, I used to like Nikisema. If the man is a president, the woman is a governor. She will govern the city.
Yeah.
This man can decide the direction of the big ideas, the investment. But on a day-to-day and in a city and in our home is a woman. So we have division of authorities and all that. But you're saying overall, the man is leading, so the woman is supposed to and be under his leadership. Without that, there'll be conflict.
Okay. There was another thing that, boss, you said,
yes.
which was, and you were trying to describe how, and I get where you were going with it, but there was something that came out of it that I also feel we should address. That, women, yes, we are more emotional than men. That's just how God wired us.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's easier to love necessarily, but I mean, we're more emotional than men,
yes,
right?
that's
So we'll
true.
express our feelings a bit easily.
Yeah.
But you said that men, they love what they see. And isn't that, though, part of the trouble then with submission today? Because it makes women feel like they're being objectified. Like you're here to do, you're here to look like. How does that not make your wife a trophy? Unataka ule mtu mnaweza ringia kwa maboys. Pia unataka akuk, afue, aoshe watoto, afuge wa
Naendelee kuslay.
na kuku zikuwe zimelishwa, zimelala vizuri, alafu bado aslay. And then she's submissive and respectful. I mean, do you not see that could make a woman?
I think he was
woman
hinting
feel
at something. I think he can explain, but I know what he was hinting at. Men are visually stimulated a lot.
Sure.
And there's no debate about it.
Okay.
But love does not stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Love is a commitment.
Okay.
It's actually, you bind yourself. He wants to, please
Yeah,
add.
go ahead, boss.
No, I think Ameisama, most of all, the vision part matters. At the same time, kuna kitu alikuwa ameongea kuhusu the admission. You see, ladies in our days, they wanna struggle to admit. I've dated a white and I've dated a black. There is different with white and there is different with black.
What's the difference?
The different is white believe in 50-50 power sharing. There
Yeah.
are no such thing like you're supposed to wash, clean dishes or clean anything. As black, you see, buda yako akiwa baba yangu akikuja kwa nyumba yangu anipate kitchen, my wife is in trouble. I'm not saying I'm married, but I'm just saying like that is the set. Nimevaa Gucci.
Niulize huyo white ulimwacha juu story ya 50-50?
There was an issue there. Okay. There was an issue of power struggle. There was a power struggle.
Okay.
Handshake ikakata.
Handshake I come through.
Hata BBI.
Yeah, the BBI. I tunge build your bridge. There was a problem with the bridge. It wasn't complete. So, you see, the acknowledge yenye ameongea kuhusu, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. That women need to acknowledge that we were made, the relationship has to have a leader. The relationship is like ni kama gari. There must be a driver and a co-driver. But the problem with ladies is that they have this mind, actually not all ladies, let me say this. Some ladies, and especially I have problem with the working kind ladies, who feel bossy, who are used to being treated as boss in the offices.
Yeah.
And so when they meet guys out here, they want to be boss also in the relationship.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, they want to be, nikama they need us to submit now. You see, you don't know how people take me in the office. I'm a producer myself. I deal with such ladies. They come in my production house, and they start acting funny. I tell them to do this. They're like, I'm not used to guys telling me what to do.
They say that to you?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Wow, here you'll have to do it. But when it comes to relationship, it is so bad when everyone feels bossy in the house.
Right.
It will not, that relationship is a toxic and it will not go anywhere. A man need to feel like he is the driver.
Right.
Because he was man, then God ordained man to be the leader in the relationship.
But do you acknowledge, boss, that this is a two-way street? There's a book called Love and Respect, and I know I've shared this example many of times, but I think it really does apply to this conversation, where, like you're saying, what a man wants is respect, right? Like acknowledgement, respect, that's very important to a man. But then the book says for a man to get that, he has to love the wife.
And to love.
And for the woman to receive love, she has to give respect. So it's a cycle.
Yeah.
Nikikupea hii, hata wewe utanirudishia hii.
And you know, Joyce, it's natural for a woman who is being loved to submit.
Absolutely.
It is natural. Some of these things don't need a fight, really. Mulitoana hapi kabla muone. Si mulipima mkaona muna flow. Let's not waste time with basics. Tukubaliane kwamba those people don't want this arrangement should not come in. Those who came in were comfortable with the arrangement.
Yes.
And many men want to be submitted to, but they don't want to love. Loving is more work. Loving the way Christ loved the church means you die for the
That's
church,
a tall
die
order.
for the woman, sacrifice your ego, subdue your own animal-like instincts, tame your passions, especially your sexuality. History ya kulasta for every other woman that you must subdue that. You realize her work is lesser than you. Actually, yours is more severe. So I tell me, before you start hammering to women to submit, actually, it's not women to submit, it's wife. It's your wife to submit to you, not the women out there. The women out there have no business submitting to you. Out here is business. Go home to be submitted by your wife.
Boss,
The
do
wife
think,
you love.
Yeah.